Hello.
Hi, everyone.
We were dancing while that music was on, so it's probably best you didn't see us.
Do, 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 do.
That's what we were doing. We've had hello, Ray and Marissa. We've had just the most awesome day today. Our Miss Colleen, who has renamed herself Bubble Girl, because she puts the bubbles up so that we can see them. I was up from Sydney, and hi. You're on screen, Colleen. She's buggered herself off. Off you pop with love and light. We did a whole painting session today, and it was absolutely spectacular. There are some people on, Marianne, Amanda, Gail, Anita. They were all there. Sophia. Sophia left me a present. I now am the proud owner of a wedding ring and engagement ring. And I really like them, Sophia, so I don't like your chances of getting them back.
How many dinners is that going to cost you, Sophia? Hi, Monica. Hi, Esther.
Yeah, so we've had a lovely day. So thank you so much to Miss Colleen for facilitating our day today.
You're more than welcome. And thank you for all making me feel so welcome. The energy on the day it's just got me buzzing.
We're all buzzing. We are.
I appreciate
it. Yeah. Yes, it was lovely.
Okay, so Cole, we'll let you go back backstage again.
Let me do my job.
But we are. Thank you, Bubble Girl. But also, just because there's no live next Sunday, the Sunday after that, obviously, we've got a live. We're going to ask Cole if she'll come back and do a meditation for us. She did such a great job with the meditation today. So I'm just putting it out there, Cole, because once it's out to the world, right, you know what happens.
I have bad internet.
I just want to acknowledge that on the 21st of this month, it's also a milestone birthday for our beautiful Cole. So happy birthday.
I'm going to be 6. I'm growing up fast.
Okay, so I'm going to let you go backstage again now.
Off I pop with love and light.
Off you pop.
Thanks. A bit of fun for the beginning of the night. Hi, Kathy.
We all got beautiful. I'm going to shift myself. My painting's over there, so I'm just going to show myself. off. Hold on.
Okay. It's just
Oh,
us. It's just us. Don't tell her what I said, okay? She can't
You're
hear.
not talking to me. You can talk
I
about
know.
me. Like this. That's
It's
the
so,
painting.
yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh, they were all. What was interesting was we all had the exact same materials, and we all had the exact same instructions. But because we were channeling and asking our guides for help, everybody's picture ended up different.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, and what was like a real wow moment was Marianne's picture
Oh,
was
yes.
one way up.
Yeah.
And as Colleen turned it over, it was a completely different picture. And there was a face. It was, I've got tingles again.
I just got tingles again.
Yeah, I got goosebumps all over.
What, there was about 16 of us there today,
Yeah.
Annie, around about. Everyone just went, oh, at the same time. So I wasn't saying you had to look for in the picture. It just jumped out at you. Marani, it was just beautiful.
It was beautiful. It was
Mm.
absolutely beautiful. Before, I'm actually doing the meditation tonight. And before we start, we have a couple of people who shall remain nameless, but we have a couple of people who have stuff happening tomorrow, like procedures happening tomorrow. And two of my favorite people in the world, but then everybody's my favorite person, people. I love all my peoples. So while we're doing our meditation, if we could just channel some general healing to the group and to anybody else that you know who may well need it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just something I'd ask you to focus on, because we're a big group and there's so much power and so much love in this group.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go back to my stories. I'm the storyteller of the century. My now 6'4" son, who's now 40 something, 5, when he was born, he's a miracle child. When he was born, he was 4 pound 2 ounces, and he had septicemia, and he had cerebral meningitis, and he was blind and deaf. And a spirit came to me and said, "Look, don't worry about it. He's going to be okay." And my next door neighbour's kids went to the Catholic school. There's a story about that as well, though. It was called Our Lady of the Annunciations, and my daughter couldn't say that. So she used to call it Our Lady of the Alsatians. That was the school they went to, Our Lady of the Alsatians.
That's so cute.
And my mum was in the church. So the Catholic school took all the school children to the chapel in the school, and they were praying for him. My mum's church was praying for him. My daughter's school that she was going to be going to were praying for him. And like I say, he's 6'4" now, but the doctors couldn't believe it. And you'll never convince me that it wasn't spirit, the power of prayer, and all the healing that got sent and all the love that got sent that actually saved that child, you know. So never underestimate that power, the power of the healing that you send, even if you're doing it as an individual and you're sending out love and healing to somebody, and they don't even need to know that you're doing it. So never underestimate that. But I would ask you to just do that for us tonight, please.
And it is, you know, it is actually really powerful. So we can do it for the group. We can do it for the collective here. And you can also just do it by bringing that person to mind, because when you think about someone and you're sending that energy, you're actually tuning into their frequency, into their energy. And so whatever that love and that really good intent that you send them, their spiritual energy will draw on that for their best intent, you know. So it is so powerful.
Yeah. So there you go. Thank you. I'm going to be doing the meditation tonight. It's a bit of a different meditation. So I ask that you just all get yourself comfortable. Let me get me comfortable too. And, shut your eyes. And Big deep breath in for me. And as you breathe out, relax all of your muscles, drop your shoulders, relax your face. Feel the energy coming in through the top of your head and traveling down through your body. And as it comes down, on every in-breath, breathe in white light. On every out-breath, breathe out as much negativity as you need to. White light in, positive in, negative out. And relax every single muscle in your body. So working from your head down, face relaxed, eyes relaxed, shoulders relaxed, down your spine, down through your buttocks, down through your thighs, down through your knees, down through your shins, and into your feet. Every muscle completely relaxed. Every bit of your body all soft. I'd like you to imagine that you're sitting in a beautiful restaurant and you're having lunch. You're looking out at the view. It's so pretty. It might be a beach, might be a waterfall, might be a rainforest. Whatever you're looking at is just your happy place. As you look across the table, you're looking at your perfect partner. You've had a wonderful lunch, and as you leave the restaurant hand in hand, you walk together to your perfect car. You smile as you open the door and slide in. This is the car of your dreams. You're driving home down a beautiful road that is tree-lined. As you drive up to the gates of your house, the car stops. You look through the gates as they swing open to the beautiful front door you have chosen. The lights are on in the windows. Your house looks warm and welcoming and waiting for you. This is the house of your dreams. You drive your car in and walk through your beautiful front door. As you go through your door, you see your furniture. All and every piece has been chosen by you because it suits your personality and you love it and it makes you feel safe and warm and comfortable. You look at your beautiful kitchen. You look at the artwork on the walls. You walk through your lounge room to your back door. And as you walk out your back door, you walk into your perfectly beautiful garden. Could be a rainforest garden, could be flowers. There could be a pool, maybe a pergola. And you look around it and you think, I'm home. This is my sanctuary. I have worked so hard to get this. I deserve this. In your garden is a swing. You wander over to your swing and you sit down. You're gently swinging, and as you're swinging, from the bottom of your garden, people that you know and love, either from here or from beyond, are walking towards you as you sit on your swing. There are many faces there. There are people you may not have seen for so long. They are so happy for you. They are so happy you have found your place. You have found your home. You have found your sanctuary. You have found the person who loves you, who respects you, who lets you be you. Your heart is filled with so much joy. Feel that joy. Feel how it feels to be exactly where you're meant to be with who you're meant to be with. I'll leave you there for a little while to talk with your friends, to share your happiness, to show their home, to wander around, to swim in the pool, to have some fun, and come back for you shortly. With the sound of their laughter in your ears and the joy of their love in your heart, gently come back to where you are sat. Always remember they're not far away. They're with you at all times. You can go back to this place, your special place, at any time. Feel the love surround you. Thank them for coming and for being with you. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel your bottom on the chair. When you are ready, wiggle your fingers, wriggle your toes, and open your eyes.
That was really good, Annie.
I'm glad you liked it.
I love the swing.
I love swings.
Mm-hmm.
I just love swings. When we were kids, we used to see how high we could go. And we used to stand on swings and stand up on them until we bumped. And very, very occasionally, you could take the whole swing over the top. We used to get in trouble for that.
Yeah, yeah. With the link change, you get so high and then it'd do that. Doom. Back down, yeah.
Yeah.
Doom. Oh, I love
I
the
used
feeling
to
of that
say,
swinging and the air and the wind going past you. It's
through your
very
hair.
free. Yeah, very
Yeah,
free.
I can't
Took me,
resist swings.
took me right back. And I have
Yeah.
actually done that as an adult too. I can't say
Yeah.
it was only as a child.
Yeah, I love swings. The problem with them now, though, is that these rubber things, you know, and
Mm.
I love slippery dips as well. And when I was working as a youth worker, I went down the slippery dip, but it narrowed at the bottom, Kerrie, and my big
Mm-hmm.
fat bum got stuck in the narrow opening, and I couldn't get out. I had kids
Well,
trying to push me backwards, and oh my Lord.
well, I guess, did you have the metal ones? Because you would have
Yeah,
obviously over in Scotland, so they would have been
yeah.
cold, right? Most of the time.
If you had metal ones here, your bum would burn.
They do. It does. Like I had bottom burn in a hot, slippery dip. Oh my goodness, where are we going? Funny memories. Funny
I'm
memories.
glad you enjoyed that, lovely people.
Mm.
The point of this is that you only get what you think you deserve. And that's one of the things that I've got on one of my cards. If you don't think you deserve the perfect person, the perfect home, the perfect car, the perfect job, the perfect life, you're not going to get it,
No.
you know? And a lot of people, you know, that love yourself stuff that so many people struggle with.
Mm-hmm.
My thing around that is, if you don't actually love yourself, how do you expect anybody else to love you?
Yeah. And
You
thinking
know?
you don't deserve it just puts up that is the resistance. You know, it needs to
Yeah.
be removed for the resistance. And what a beautiful segue into what we're talking about tonight, which is the 369 manifestation method.
Mm.
Just interested in chat, guys. Who of you have heard of or have played with the 369 manifestation method before? Just interested to see.
I can't do this without 369, the goose drank wine, the
Right?
monkey chewed tobacco on the streetcar line, line broke, monkey got choked, and we all went to heaven in a little rowboat.
I know. And Gail is saying 369 detox, medical medium detox. Funny thing is, Annie, I sang that to Gail and Anita in the car on the way back.
Oh.
I'll see you online tonight for 369. It's funny, isn't it? Veronica's heard of it. Kathy's not familiar. Esther said sound. Oh, yeah. Clap, clap.
Clap, clap. Yeah, lots of people haven't
No.
heard it.
Okay.
Karen has. Nope, she hasn't.
Oh, Amanda's sound keeps cutting out.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm not seeing a problem on this side.
No.
Okay, well, I'm going to run you through this, and I did sort of throw together a PowerPoint presentation, but just as usual, there's a workbook for this as well. So if you're on our mailing list, you'll receive the workbook. If you're not on our mailing list, you need to email or email us and say, please, can I be on the mailing list? The only thing that we ask for that is that this is for your personal use, okay, because they're the materials that Annie and I have. Now, this one is actually an interesting one. Now, let me see. I've got to do this presenter mode thing, don't I, Annie? Annie's good at this bit. So I add that to stream. Let's see if that, oh, look, there you go. 369 manifestation method. Right. So the interesting thing, and I'll give you a little bit of background on this. Now, this actually came about from someone on TikTok that was playing with the idea around the power of the numbers 369 from Tesla's information on 369. So Tesla with the 369 said that these numbers were divine numbers. And he also said that they were important because it's complicated maths, and that 369 can really only be divided by itself. And so they're the only numbers that sort of don't go in with other numbers. So, and that it then presented, another scientist said, yeah, well, if you look at the vibration of those numbers, it actually creates a flux field. And if you think about the sacred geometry is really based on that 369 of the repeating patterns. So that's where the 369 came from. Now, I think I have the girl's name on the TikTok. So the other things about this are things like, you know, things have three sides, right? So if you think triangles have three sides, as do pyramids, the Trinity, Father, Son, Holy Spirit is the three, right? So Tesla became really obsessed with this number. So everything he did in his life, you know, if he booked a room or he went somewhere, he always went by these numerology numbers. So what the TikToker did was they took this 369 theory of applying the law of attraction. So for those of you who know of Abraham Hicks or Esther Hicks, who manifests Abraham, talks about in the law of attraction this 17-second rule. So her 17-second rule says that when you focus on something for 17 seconds, which requires, you know, a bit to do that, right? To actually do that. But when you focus on something for 17 seconds, then you're holding the vibration enough to put it into your energy. So that comes from Esther Hicks. So what the TikToker did was take these two methods, the 369 and the 17-second rule, and came up with the 369 manifestation method. And there's her name there, Karen Yee. And she said that the first time that she used it, she had actually said, I would like to, you know, I'm going to manifest $10,000. And she said that she got $10,165 came in through an unexpected source. So look, it's something we can play with, because I know with law of attraction that when you focus on the positive outcomes and you're writing affirmations, we've seen really positive things, because you're putting into your frequency, you're putting it out to the universe, and you're attracting that same frequency back in. So adding the 369 does give it that next dimension, right? So, I'm ahead of myself. I just covered the 17 seconds. So what you do with this one, though, is when you'd write affirmations, quite often you'd write a number of affirmations, and they may be about different things. So you might be talking about, I have the perfect job that I love going to every day. You know, so if you're manifesting the perfect career for yourself, so you may have that. Then you have, I'm living where you really want to live. And then you might have, I've got the perfect partner in my life. So you might have three different affirmations that you're using. In this method, you're using one single affirmation only, and you're going to focus on that single affirmation. So with this, get a journal, write something down. So what you're going to do is just choose that one law of attraction statement. Now it needs to be written in the positive, and put that in your journal. And in the morning, preferably when you sort of first wake up, you're going to sit there and write that one affirmation 3 times, first thing in the morning. And as you're writing it 3 times, you're going to be focusing on it for 17 seconds. Now, what I've suggested here is to add the next amplification. Now, this isn't part of the original method, but we know that sound itself also holds that vibrational frequency. And your voice is unique to your frequency, just like your DNA is unique to you as well. So what we'd like people to try is that you're going to write the one single affirmation. You're going to do it 3 times in the morning, focus on it for 17 seconds, and say it out loud. Now, more important even than the words, don't know what happened to the, there we go. Even more important than the words is the feeling. Focus on how it feels. So think about the meditation that we just did with Annie, right? Which was a fantastic meditation. And how did it feel to be in your perfect home? How did it feel to be in that perfect space? It's really, it's getting in touch with that feeling, because that's the energy that you're putting out to the universe. So 3 times in the morning. Then in the middle of the day, you do the same thing again, but you do it 6 times in your journal. And then at night, before you go to bed, you do it 9 times. And you do this consistently for 33 days. So everyone going, whoa, 33 days to be disciplined.
It's only a month.
What the idea is that they're saying that once you've done it over and over and you've put those desires out there, that because you're doing it consistently for 33 days, and honestly, I think that you could use any combination of that 3, 6, 9, right? So that's what you're doing during the day, 3 in the morning, 6 in the middle of the day, 9 at night, adding Abraham Hicks 17 seconds of focus time on that to allow yourself to feel it. And then Kerrie and Annie's added twist, right, where you actually say it and you're sending out that frequency to the universe through your own voice frequency to draw it back in. That by doing that, it actually stabilizes that energy within your auric space and within your thinking. And because it's held there for longer, it makes it faster for the universe to bring it into you. So it's that positive reinforcement over and over again. So what we're doing is we're really training our thinking and helping us to stop the thoughts that come in and go, oh, I just hate my job. I'm never going to be in the career that I want. Or, I'm never going to meet the person that I'm going to spend the rest of my life, because we let those thoughts pop in. So the idea of this is by doing it consistently for that period of time, you are aligning your energy with that vibration. Right? So it's interesting, but I think you could do it for 9 days on something smaller. You could do it, as I think it's whatever time it actually takes for you to bring that energy into your auric field and say, yeah, I deserve this. So you're not blocking yourself.
Hold on a minute, Kerrie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Veronica, I would say it's if you manifest it early, you would move on to your next wish. I would say don't expect something to happen like 4 or 5 days in. Once you put it out to the universe, if you do it for 33 days, it might take a little bit of time to come to you. But once you've done that one, then you can start on the next one. But I would do the 33 days and not kind of think, oh, well, I've $10,000 has just popped in, I'll move forward. I would keep that. Is that right, Kerrie? I would keep that
just
energy
keep
moving.
it in your energy field so it doesn't come in and go back out again because you've lost that belief. The idea here is to really change your energy into that mindset, because you know what? We all deserve it all. We all deserve it all. It's our allowing it to be in our energy that makes the difference, and you really want to solidify it in there. So, and I think that's why the one at a time is I can see how this would be better. Now I'm going to say I am sort of at day 3 of what I'm doing, and I will report back. But this is something for all of us to do. So I'm going to sort of mark it up in the calendar. And in 33 days' time from tomorrow, I'm giving everyone homework this time. I'm going to ask everyone, how'd you go? Have you been using it? And please share back with us in the chat group how you're going with it. But I think the one thing at a time, when you're doing multiple affirmations, your energy and your vibration is always also being split in multiple rockets. So to get yourself into that attraction mindset, focusing on one, I think, can be a really powerful method of doing it.
Shelley, it won't take 33 years. It takes 33 days to do this, but it won't take 33 years for it to come. I think the other thing that's really important is to do it in the present tense.
100%.
I live in the perfect house.
Mm-hmm.
Not I'm dreaming of the perfect house. You know, it's got to be present tense. And the reason you've got to do that is because of the energy that goes with it. So, like, dreaming of the perfect house is airy-fairy. The joy that you feel when you're with the perfect person or in the perfect job, that's the bit it's got to be solidified. It's got to be like, this is it. There's no faffing around. I'm not messing around here. I live in the perfect house.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And the more that you do it, the more crystal clear that image becomes, right, as well. And that's what I found, and I dropped that in here too. So even just doing this over the last 3 days, each time I do it, the vision of that becomes clearer and clearer and clearer. And I think that crystal clear clarity of what you're feeling and seeing, it's easier to get there as well, to be in that energy and be in that space. And I've noticed that over the last few days.
Yeah. If you have a look what Nate said, he put it out to the universe that he wanted the role of Kyle in Legally Blonde, and a month later he won the role. But in his head, it was already his.
Mm-hmm.
So you see it, you feel it, you believe it, and you know, somehow or other, I'm Kyle. That's exactly it, though.
Yeah.
You know, that's the present tense. This is me. There's nobody else is right for this. It's mine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's how it's got to feel, and that, like, the excitement. Now he's a nervous wreck, but back then it was excitement around it. You know, and that's where it starts. I keep getting the spinning wheel of doom. Stop it.
I'm just writing back to AJ, refresh or go out and come back in.
Yeah.
So it really is about that crystal clarity, and the more that's in your energy and the more you believe it, you're then aligning your energy with what it is that you're manifesting, and you're not putting up the resistance to it. Will I ever have this? I probably don't deserve it. You know, there's the resistance. And it's about you're re-educating the way you're letting yourself think, because it's easy to drop back into that negative mindset. And we all do it. It's natural. But I think this has a lot of power to it. This method really resonated with me when I read about it.
When I went for jobs, Kerrie, if I really wanted the job, I would tell myself, you're going to get this job. There's no way they're going to give it to anybody else. This job is mine.
Yep.
And I never, ever didn't get it.
Yeah.
You know, never, ever didn't get it. And there would have been people there who had better skills, better quals, better whatever. But it was mine. And it was going to be mine. You know? And I was never, ever, ever disappointed.
Yeah, it's funny how that actually works. And I was even thinking back to, a long time ago when I was working for a IT company down in human resource development down in New South Wales. I was watching other people around me and I thought, you know what? I know they're all paid more than I am, but I do twice as much and better work. And I just went, you know what? I deserve to be paid equal to them or more than that. And then we had the performance review. And before I even said anything, they said, look, we've been looking at the disparity in pay between your workload and what other people are doing. And they raised my pay to exactly what I had said in my head that I wanted my new pay to be. I went, oh, that was awesome. I didn't even have to have that conversation. So it was all, as soon as I decided, actually, I am worth this, it just came in. So interesting. But yeah, I think with this, I mean, we've looked at affirmation before and law of attraction before, and we've talked about the law of attraction. But the 17-second rule, that's where if you can hold that feeling of it. So exactly what Annie was talking about before, and if you think back to that meditation, you are in your perfect garden. How does that feel? And if you can hold that feeling, that energy for 17 seconds, that helps keep it in your energy field. So that's where the 17 comes in. And then the 369 is the frequency throughout the day to keep building on that. Now, interesting with what was being asked before, Shelley, about 33 years, when I was sort of looking to see what other people were saying about it, they were talking about 18 days, you know, like other derivatives of the 369 seem to work. And that's when things manifested. I think it really is when that energy shift happens for you, you know. But I do recommend that you keep going with that, yes, I deserve it, before you jump to the next one. Let it solidify so it doesn't come in and go, and then start on the next one that you want to focus on. Okay, and that can take some practice. I know 17 seconds doesn't sound long, but when I started to do this 17 seconds, and this was not with this method, this was a long time ago with Abraham Hicks saying it, other thoughts pop into my head, and I realized I wasn't doing the full 17 seconds because I suddenly think about something over there. So it's not as easy as you think, but stick with it and try getting in that space to maintain that energy. And I found focusing on my breathing to clear my mind before I started doing it allowed me to hold it for longer. So that's just a tip and trick of what seemed to work for me.
The other thing that it's really important to remember is gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
So as these things pop in, be thankful. And again, most of us want something more or different than what we actually have. But it's important to be grateful for what you do have, as well as being grateful for what comes to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because gratitude, the energy of gratitude, that's a really pretty frequency, the energy of gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like today, every time we do a gathering, every time we do one of these, every time I'm with Kerrie, every time I'm with Colleen, I'm just so grateful for the fabulous people that we have in our lives. And I think that's important to remember as well. Yes, there's stuff that we need or that we want, but it's important to be thankful and to be grateful. You know, people are, you know, if you haven't got anything, then it's really difficult to be grateful for having nothing, like homelessness and all that kind of stuff. And that's where people get trapped down there. But be grateful for what you have and be grateful for what you're given. And remember, sometimes you don't get exactly what you want, but you will get what you need.
Yeah, that's very true. And that grateful side of it, it's not hard to add in. So if we go back to the backyard, right, that we're all in during the meditation, and you can feel yourself in your perfect backyard and how good that feels. And the next step is, I'm so grateful to be here. So it's really not hard to go from that next step and bring that gratitude in. Yeah, totally agree. And then this third one isn't, as I said, part of the original theory, but your voice is your frequency, you know. So that's why, for those that were on our live stream where we talked about the sound healing, and Katie took us through going through the chakras where we took the voice and we started down, we took the voice all the way up through the chakras, and we could feel it as a voice clearing, because using our own voice is so effective because it's our frequency. So applying that, so now you've written it 3 times, you've allowed yourself to be in that space for 17 seconds, and then you end it by saying it out loud. So you're putting it out to the universe in a voice vibration. And I think I've been through all these steps. I'm ahead of myself again. I'm really bad at this, guys. Yeah. So step 1, though, set your intention. Decide, what is it that I really want most? You know, what is the most important thing? Because remember, we're going to focus on one. So get really clear on what that is. And then it's imagine and feel it. It's the feeling and the energy. Say it out loud, and that proclaims that intention. You know, I'm so grateful for being able to go and enjoy my perfect backyard. You know, I'm at peace, and I'm so grateful for the peace in this place and my connection. So whatever that might be for you. And it proclaims that intention to the universe. Journal 3 times in the morning. We went through this 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the middle of the day, and 9 times before bed. And then again, holding it for those 17 seconds and then saying it out loud. Talked about the importance. Gee, I don't even need the PowerPoint. Sorry, guys. I ramble on so much about the topic that I'm already ahead. But you will get all of this additional information that goes into it and explains it better within the workbook as well. So, because the more that we practice this, the more that we're bringing it into our energy field. Now, throughout the day, when something comes in and goes, oh, I'm never going to get out of this dead-end job, right? Just mock yourself with it. Like, go, yep, I'm going to ignore that thought. I'm not even going there because I know I can feel myself in the perfect job. Right? I know what it's going to feel like. So you actually want to ignore any negative that jumps in. Don't entertain it and let it run around inside your head, because that belief and that, yes, I deserve this and I know how it's going to be and I know how it's going to feel, keeps that energy flowing. So you're doing in the morning, in the middle of the day, in the night, and anything that jumps in between, what you want to do is try and ignore it, because you want to maintain the energy, that energy space, for as long as possible throughout the day.
There's a sign as you drive down to Fortitude Valley. There's a sign on a bridge, and it says, the more you think it, the bigger it gets. I love that sign.
Mm-hmm.
And that works in the negative as well as in the positive.
Mm-hmm.
So the more you see it, feel it, dream it, you can almost taste and touch it.
Yeah.
You know, and
I think that's where you'll be at the end of the 33 days. And that's why I think there could be a lot of power in this particular technique.
Yeah. Yeah. When we were looking for somewhere to live, and it was fast because we were renting, we're still renting, but the people who had our house, who owned it, were coming back. So I had 6 weeks to find somewhere to live. And this is perfect. And I had in my head what I was looking for. And I filled in the paperwork for this before I even saw it. And then I did a really, really bad thing. We had gone to see it. Why does that not surprise you? We had gone to see another house in this area. And as we were coming up the road, Paul said, "There's the house that you put the paperwork in for." And I went, "Stop the car." So we stopped the car. So I got out of the car and went into the garden. And I'm looking through all the windows of this house. And just, by chance, I happened to accidentally knock open the electricity meter box, and bugger me, there were the keys. So now my husband is so straight, like there's not a anyway. I found the keys. So I went upstairs and I opened the door, and then I went, and he's downstairs going, "Oh, for the love of God, women, get out of there." He wouldn't even come in the garden.
Get out of the
And I'm
house.
shouting at him out off the veranda, "Come and see this. I'm not coming in there. You'll go to jail." And it's okay, it'll be fine. And so I'd wandered all around this place before I even got it. When we came to see it on the proper day, where I put the keys back and I was a good girl. But when we came to see it on the proper day, I said to the real estate lady, I stuffed it in the paperwork. I said, "I don't even think I've done it right." And I hadn't. And she said, "I don't worry about it." She said, "What's your name?" So I told her my name. I got home and I hadn't been home for 20 minutes when she phoned and said, "The house is yours."
Yeah.
And I said to Paul, "I knew that."
Yeah.
And he said, "If she had known what you had done,
And
you
it's
are an entering person."
and honestly, like a lot of you have been there as well because of the gatherings, obviously there. It's the perfect space for what you wanted, Annie. It's exactly what you wanted. It was just absolutely perfect.
Yep.
Now, this next little bit is what I call the tricky bit. And it's a bit of an oxymoron. And it's really, really hard to describe, right? But you can't obsess over what you're manifesting either, right? And I know that sounds crazy because I've just told you to feel it, see it, all these times throughout the day, right? So 18 times in total throughout the one day. But you also can't obsess over it either. So it's almost like after you've done it and you felt the energy, then you sort of let it go and just go throughout your day. It's almost like, I know that's going to happen. I just do what I do over here until it shows up, right? So it's actually a tricky little thing to do. But behind the scenes with the energy is where the activity is actually taking place. And your energetic vibration connection to that is still working on pulling that same vibration in for you, right? But if you put too much in thought in, if you obsess too much, when is it coming? When is it coming? You know what you've done with the when? When is it going to manifest? Think of the word when. You've just pushed it out again. You've just put the resistance back in. So I know this sounds crazy, like I'm contradicting myself by saying this, but it's actually really important to see it, feel it, know it's going to happen, and get on with what you're doing so that the energy can work and do what the energy needs to work and do. So, so what I put in here is that what can be easier is have a plan. So over the last few days, in the morning, I've actually woken up, I've got my journal, I've gone through this straight away, and I know that after I've done that and I felt that, I'm going to go jump straight in the shower, right? So straight away, I'm on to the next task, and that stops me obsessing about it. And then even when it comes to the middle of the day, I'm going, right, I'm going to sit down and do this now. I might have just had lunch, etc. And then, but I know what I'm going to do. The next task is planned. Does that make sense? It's almost like I'm distracting my mind straight away. That helps me not to go, is this going to happen? Is this technique going to work? Because the more I do that, the more I'm putting that resistance in. And it's about removing the resistance.
Yeah. You just have to trust that it's happening. Let it go.
Mm-hmm.
No. What I do is I've got a time frame. I know what's going to happen, and I know when it's going to happen, and I've got my time frame. And my time frame's not 33 days, but that doesn't mean that by the time my time frame is 12 months from this month.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that in 12 months that's stuff's going to be happening every month until I get to that point when it's ready. I'm ready for that to happen.
Yeah. Oh, Shelley, you're so naughty. But see, if you keep saying you're waiting, you'll forever be waiting. Who's seen that meme of the skeleton sitting on the bed still waiting for the perfect boyfriend? You'll forever be waiting. So I found the distraction technique straight after it. Right? I've planned what I'm doing next straight afterwards. Not that I'm thinking about that at the time, but I know I'm going to do that. Just by distracting myself with a task and activity, having a plan for that moment, really, really helps me. And hopefully it'll help you too. They're being cheeky in our chat tonight. Annie, can you see this?
I know, they're just naughty.
I love it though. Okay, so I've given you a couple of tips here for writing your own affirmations. So start with I am, because that immediately is going to start putting it into that present tense for you, right? And throughout it, use that present continuous tense whenever possible. And don't try and force the tense in your affirmation. As I said before, what matters most is that you feel it. You can feel the energy and that you're in that energy and you're feeling the gratitude of that desire and how it makes you feel when you've achieved it. And keep them focused. Don't, and I'm the worst offender. Write an affirmation that is 3 paragraphs long. No. Can't do that. Make it as short and simple as possible. So, an example here. I am open and ready for my dream job. I'm open and ready for my dream job. Out there, and how does it feel? I am ready for it. It's going to be great, and put yourself in that. Now, even that one could be improved because I'm still putting it as if it's coming in. So actually, I should sort of smack myself, but it's a bit of an example there. I appreciate my body just the way it is, having that self-love, as an exercise for self-love and self-acceptance. Can just change, and instead of focusing on, I need to be on a diet or I need to be doing this, just changing that thinking will change the action that follows behind it and the energy around it. So there's just a couple of examples there. In the workbook, I have mine, other people's, sourced a whole range of different one-line affirmations for everything from career and job, financial abundance, self-love, a great marriage or partnership, bringing in the perfect partner, if that's what you're looking for. So there's pages and pages of examples. Now, whilst they're written there, make them your own. Right? Okay. So always make sure that, I resonate with this, or rewrite it so it resonates. It's only an example for you of the types of things that you can use. There you go. I've already said this. Adjust it to yourself, right? And make them concise. And what I found with my own ones is it's about the feeling that you're putting into that. It's and if you can write the feeling into your affirmation, it can help you get there as well. So it's like, I am so content and peaceful being in my perfect garden, and I'm so grateful for being here. Straight away from how that's written, you start to move into the energy of peace and contentment and your perfect space. Okay, so that's the energy that you're actually putting out there. Now, I've given you a variation here because, as I said, some people are using that 33-day method, but you can do this for 9 days. Now, doing that for 9 days brings it into your energy. Now, sometimes, and I've heard a lot of people say it took 9 days to manifest. That's a lot of the feedback. So you may find that this is the case. But again, this is a slightly different way of doing it. But this way, you're going to do it 6 times per day. So instead of the morning, noon, and night, you're going to also add in, right, morning tea, afternoon tea, after dinner, and then bed, right? So you're doing it 6 times through the day, 3 times each time, and you're doing that for 9 days. So
that's why you don't need to make it too long, because if it's too long, you won't do it. It needs to be short.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it's 17 seconds in the morning and say it out loud. 17 seconds, if you wanted to, around mid-morning, say it out loud. 17 seconds around midday, say it out loud. Afternoon, after dinner, and before bed. 9 days. So there's been a lot of people saying they've applied this technique and it works really well. Now, for me, I tried to do it for 6 times a day, but I've got things going on through the day. It just wasn't sustainable. So for me personally, I went, no, I'm going to go to the routine that's the morning, noon, night, because that suited me better. But anyway, I thought I would share it with you.
6 times a day is a lot.
It is. It is. But people saying, if you want to do it really quick, this is how you do it. And lots of people reporting great feedback. So go for it if you've got the time to do that. But I think the other method, for me personally, it's about, is 9 days long enough to keep it in your energy field that you deserve it and it's coming, when you've spent the last 5 years, 10 years telling yourself that it's when is it ever going to come? Is 9 days really long enough to shift that years of energy? I tried setting reminders on my phone, but they went off at the most inopportune moments. I ended up killing the reminder, going, yeah, I'll do it in a minute, and then not getting to it, and then it's lunchtime. Yeah. But that was my experience, like that. We'll see how you guys all go with it. Okay, so on this slide, I've just given you some extra example affirmations. So if you're feeling like, you've got 1 or 2 close friends or family live far away, and, like I've had a lot of families in Sydney. I've got really great friends here, but I did ones for where, if you want to attract your friendship circle or your soul tribe. So there's some in there for that. So, for example, I am surrounded with people who make me feel safe, whole, and loved. So that's just bringing in that soul tribe. I magnetically attract more and more positive and kind people into my life. So again, short, sharp, focusing on that. If I go down, abundance is mine in the form of wealth, love, freedom, lifestyle, and peace of mind. If you can move to that. My home is a beautiful, peaceful, and luxurious. So there you go. You've got the perfect meditation that goes with that, because you've just been there and the energy and the feeling around that. And I'm so grateful and blessed with wealth, happiness, and love in my life. So you can see we're bringing in the gratitude, we're bringing in the energy of it, and it's not a long statement that you're working with. Around the other side, for career, I have my dream job and it fills me with happiness and abundance. That's a nice one if you're looking for that. Love flows abundantly into my life. So they're short, they're sharp, depending on what your desire is. What is it that you really want to bring in to your life? So there's a few examples here. And guys, these are in the workbook and a whole lot more on each of these as well. And my final thoughts. Okay. I think I've already said all of my thoughts. The 369 method to me became really exciting as a manifestation method because I love the 369 and the Tesla theory and the sacred geometry. And then bringing that in with what we already know about law of attraction and what we put out to the universe and being able to connect and align with that energy and bringing it back. I think the two of them together just really makes sense to me. And then for myself, adding the voice component in with the frequency in that DNA, I just saw it as an amplification, a supercharge twist, if you like, to this method. So that's our little cherry on top, guys, because that's not what everyone else is out there doing. This is just something we added to it to enhance it even further. So I just think what a great combination, bringing those three areas together, those three techniques together. So look, I hope you guys find that topic really interesting on how we're bringing it all together. It's not hard to do. It's an easy one to follow. So really, guys, now go manifest your dreams and we want to hear all about it. So who's in? Who's going to start doing it? Hands up.
I'm in. I'm in. Yep, I'm there.
I think it's a fairly simple one for people to use. So we don't want to overcomplicate things either.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's one of my things. Keep it simple, stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You don't complicate things. You just make it easy peasy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. None of this stuff is hard.
Yeah.
We make things difficult for ourselves by the blocking and by the negativity and by that, I don't know if I deserve it or I don't know if I'm good enough or blah, blah, blah,
Mm-hmm.
So really it's about trust.
Yeah.
And trusting yourself and trusting the universe and trusting that you get what you deserve.
Mm-hmm.
And
even go back to Annie's meditation. I might actually kick her a little bit and ask her to record it as a separate one. Because going back there, if you're taking yourself to where you really want to be and that feeling in that meditation, I think that sort of helps as well, because you're bringing in that I do deserve this. I'm in the perfect place and it's exactly where I'm meant to be. Now that's a great feeling. That's a great feeling.
With Miss Shelley, who's been having this conversation all the way through this, Shelley, for you, it's timing. That's all it is. You're not ready. You're busy. You got shit to do, girl. And once things change, the energy will change and you'll have space for what you want to come into your life. But at the moment, because you're so busy doing other things, you just don't have this space to accept that. Does that, Kerrie, you're in that space as well. It's like, I'm perfectly contented with where I am, but it would be nice.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Same with Shelley. I'm okay with where I am. I've got my job. I've got my dad. I've got this, that, and the other. I don't have space to expand anymore because I'm at capacity. You're setting up a new business. You've still got your old business. You're in transition. You don't have space or time. So it's all about timing, you know? And that's why I do this right at this moment, I need to be where I'm at.
That's
And I
right.
know that I'm being held here, and I know
Mhm.
that. And I'm not 100% sure why,
Yeah.
but I do know that I need to be here. And
Mhm.
that's why my time frame is 12 months.
Yeah.
Because in 12 months, I don't necessarily need to be here anymore. I'll have
Yes.
met who I need to meet, done what I need to do. I'll be ready to pass the gauntlet and move
Mhm.
forward.
Yeah.
So it's all about divine timing. And like,
Mhm.
I know this sounds ridiculous, but I trust that when my time is right, it will happen. And that's where I don't
That's
obsess
key.
about it. I just know
It's not
it's going to
ridiculous
be.
at all. It's key to it.
Yeah, it's going to be there.
Mm.
I just
Mhm.
so it's there all the time, but there's no obsession. I just know it's
Mm.
going to happen. So why do I need to stress about it? I'll just
Mhm.
sit here and wait until my time is right, and it links with the universe's time for me to be like, I'm meeting people at the moment that if I had moved this year, I would never have met. And these
Mhm.
people, it's a symbiotic relationship. I need them more than they need me. But by having me here, I'm introducing them to other people that they need to meet.
Yeah.
And so
And
I'm,
who need to meet them, because
yeah,
all of the connections are an energy exchange
yeah,
one way or another through
yeah.
that
I mean,
connection.
my house is a spider's web. I
Mhm.
catch people
Yep.
and they network, So I need to be here for the next 12 months. And
Mhm.
then the next step,
Yeah.
I need to be somewhere else,
Mhm.
So I've just got this, it's going to happen. So I don't even need to worry about it.
Yeah.
I just
That's
know it's going to happen.
yeah. Yeah. And that's the don't obsess bit.
Mm,
So, and that's where we can get in our heads about it too, but we end up tending to put it to the negative, like it's not going to happen, or I'm never going to get out. We do that backwards. So the more we can ignore those thoughts, and that's sort of what I was trying to say. And I know it sounds crazy because I'm saying focus on it here, but don't obsess about it. Just let the universe work with that energy. That's a perfect way to describe it, Annie, because it is just a faith and just a knowing it's there. It's right there.
when
And
I
I'm
need
doing
it.
this right now. I'm doing this right now, and the energy's it's going to come when it comes. Yeah,
I'm at the
yeah.
right place at the right time. This is
Hmm.
where I need to be.
And that's a great affirmation too.
Mm,
I'm grateful that I'm always in the right place at the right time for my own growth and my best, highest intent and good.
yep,
That in itself is an affirmation.
yep.
Yeah.
And I so get it. You
Mm.
know, it's weird. I've always had that blind faith.
Hmm.
You know, I just when the shit hits the fan, something always happens
Yeah.
because I trust that I'm protected and that I know I'm going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and because of that blind faith, I'm okay. People
Yeah.
used to say to me that if I fell in the River Clyde, I would come out with fish in my pocket. But you're so
It,
lucky. I'm not so lucky. I just have this blind faith
mm-hmm.
that my needs will be met. Sometimes they're
Yeah.
not met in the way that I need them to be met, but I'm protected. I'm loved.
Mm.
I get what I need when I need it, and I just trust that
That,
that's going to happen.
that word lucky, Annie, is I'm not so lucky. I'm going to actually flip that a little bit, because I think, yeah, I am. I'm always really lucky, right?
Mm,
I've just changed the energy of that to say, I'm lucky. I'm
mm,
lucky. Come in, good luck. Come in, good fortune. I say, oh, no, I'm not. I just know it's going to happen. Oh, yeah, but I am really lucky. I am really lucky. All this good stuff always comes in.
yeah,
And I'm
and it
grateful that
does.
I'm always really lucky. Yeah.
It just does. It just
Mm,
happens. The
mm.
other thing too, though, Kerrie, that I have to say too, is sorry, I'm dying. Not yet. I'm busy. When you started this sound bed stuff, your vibro sound
Mhm,
stuff,
mhm.
the amount of energy that you put into it, you did your research, you did all this stuff, and the more you move forward, the quicker things happened. And you
Yeah.
said to me one day, it's all just falling into place.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's not luck.
No,
That's baby steps.
it is.
It's
And
a domino effect. Tung,
it's
tung,
also
tung, tung.
you're putting, I didn't just sit on the lounge and say, I've heard about this med bed over in the US, and I think it's got a lot of potential. It's fantastic. And I've read about the studies, but it costs this amount of money to bring out, and I'm never going to get there. I'm never going to be able to do it. I didn't do that. Instead, I went, I'm going to research it more. I'm going to find out about it more. And then bingo, meet Katie, right? Right down at the Gold Coast, not that far away.
Yeah.
And then, but I did those steps first, and I hadn't. So there's the action that still comes behind it, because then I'm still putting that energy to the universe. And
Yeah.
it did just fall absolutely in place. Yeah.
And then you find the perfect space.
Yep. Yep.
Tung, 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 tung.
Yep. That's
You
right.
know,
Yeah.
it's just how it works.
And I didn't think it wasn't going to happen, not even for a second. You know, like it was just, this is where it's going.
Hello, New Zealand.
Karen. Welcome.
We got about 50. Well, we haven't got any time left.
Yeah, but you know.
But you know,
Sorry.
we'll do a quick. No, that's okay. Remember, we want feedback, people. Before we start on the readings, Nate has a Pellowah course happening in Sydney, and there's not that many people, and he's only going to do one day. He'll be doing one day online and then one day face to face. He's going to do the theory online. So if anybody's interested in that, you got to be able to get to Sydney. We'll put up in the chat, we'll get Nate to do it, the dates, and there's one spot left.
One spot left. There you go.
So if anybody's interested and can get to Sydney, Nate, give us the dates, please.
Yep.
Get in touch with Nate. You can message him through one of his 27 channels on Facebook. He's got angelic things, and he's got the Pellowah space, and he's got all sorts of stuff.
Go to Pellowah space.
Yeah. So he'll let you know when the dates are. So if you can, thank you, Shelley. If you can they're getting done on Tuesday. Wait till you see them next time. They're going to, I can recommend his Pellowah training as well. He is an awesome teacher. So if you can get yourself to Sydney, get in touch with Nate. September the 7th online and September the 10th in person. So if you're in Sydney or can get there, it's amazing. It's great. I would say just do it if you can get there. Yeah. All good. Tony says
not advertising on his site. No, you probably wouldn't, because it's only a small group, isn't it? So there's going to be a nice energy with this group being a small group.
Tony, Pellowah is a method of healing. It's like soul healing. If you go to Nate's Pellowah space, that'll explain what it's all about. Kerrie and I have both done it. There's a few people on here, Shelley and Gail. There's a few of us that have done it. Okay, I've got new cards.
Yes, and they are beautiful.
Very beautiful. My friend made them. My friend made them for me. So I'm going to pull these cards. So who have we got? Is our bubble girl here?
Yep. So we've got Tony.
Vanessa was first. Do you do Tony?
I'll do, Just give me one sec, Tony. Hi, I'm from New Zealand. Please have a reading. Just ask the guides to bring through reading for your highest good. Okay. So, Tony, what they're saying here is that you have been working on nurturing a new project or a new idea. And they're saying, keep going with that, because that idea is really growing. And I see all the little pentacles down here as well. It's going to be extremely prosperous or abundant for you as well. So they're really encouraging you to not dismiss some inspiration ideas that are coming through to you. They're coming through to you for a reason, and this can be very successful and fulfilling for you. So that's a message from the angels for you today.
Veronica, I've pulled a couple of cards for you. The first one is about thunderbolts and change. It's like bang, things are changing. And the second one, this is the chef card, and it says, I create nourishment and pleasure. I savor the joys of life. So if you have been going through anything that's been a bit tough or a bit hard, bang, things are going to change, and there's a whole lot of joy and happiness coming your way.
Okay, so Marie, this is an interesting one for you, but I've got to go with what I'm being given here. I've got the Emperor here. Now, what I'm feeling when I'm pulling this card, though, is that this is a person who's sort of, I'm perfect, I'm sitting here on my throne. I've got that real arrogant, I'm better than everybody, listen to me, or a real dominant person here. But I feel like you are actually putting up proper boundaries. I feel like there's boundaries going to be put in place, and you're actually going to take back your own power and your own position, which is going to be a really, really good thing. And the interesting thing about that is the card that came out straight behind it was the Page of Wands. Now, this is going into a new beginning, a new journey with a great deal of excitement, and this is you being back in your power and who you truly are again. And that's a really beautiful card. So I feel like there's a change and a transition around a relationship. And I feel that it's, even though it might be a decision that you might have struggled with, the outcome is going to be a really, really good one, because you're finding who you really are again. And it's going to bring a lot of joy and new adventures, new beginnings.
Joel, I hope I'm saying your name right. What I've got for you is there's been a feeling that you've been stuck behind a gate, and that all this stuff is happening outside that you can't actually get to. But again, I have huge changes. This card is the leader. I guide, I empower, I am the architect of a shared nature, no, a shared future built through hope, vision, and courage. So for you, this is about step up, step in. It's all right at your fingertips. Don't stay behind that gate hiding. Step up, step in, take the lead in your life. How are you doing, Shelley?
Yep, I've got Shelley's here. Shelley, I've got, hang on. Well, there for the camera. I've got 9 of Pentacles for you. So I feel like you've been working towards, look, this is advancement for you, and sort of going, yeah, I'm reaching for this space of where I'm comfortable, I'm content, but I really do want it all. You've got the power of manifestation around you at the moment, and it's right there for the taking. So this is probably a great live for you right now, because they're really saying get clear, because the minute that you're clear, the fruit is going to ripen and you're going to be able to pick it. So I really feel like things are coming to a point where you can actually just draw in everything that you really want and need. And it's interesting because the energy around this is I've got you in a really good space, but it's about getting clear as to what you really want. And then it's just all going to come in. It's right there for you. And they're also saying this has been some work. You've put in some work for this. And they're saying you've done a lot of self-reflection and growth. And they're saying you've done a really great job. Now's the time to reap those rewards.
Karen, first card I got for you, stress. Second card I got for you. Look at these images. My friend painted these images. They're
So
sensational.
talented.
This is the midwife. It says, I nurture, I support, I welcome life with compassion, guidance, and love. Now, I know you do all this. I know that this is where your heart lies. My feeling is that you need to do some of this for yourself. I think you need to nurture yourself, support yourself, welcome what you're doing, but don't be too hard on yourself. Treat yourself with gentleness and compassion.
Fiona, what's come through for you tonight is this beautiful card, right? And it's the Three of Cups. And what I love particularly about this card is it's about those really strong connections that are around you and the loyalty that's around you and the support that's around you. So what Spirit is really recognizing here is that you've got, and again, I want to use this word, soul sisters, soul tribe around you, that is a network of people all supporting each other, and that you can authentically be yourself with and allow yourself to question and laugh and grow. And this connection for you is really moving you forward at the moment. I have a complete aligned energy there, a lot of loyalty and a lot of love. I also feel that this is going to be, if it's not something that is face-to-face or in person right now, I do believe everyone's coming together. Okay, and it'll be in a face-to-face environment.
Esther, finding whatever it is that you are looking for is in your heart, and your spirit guide is with you. But I feel that you're not listening or not recognizing it. I just feel this card is about analysis paralysis for you. And I just feel, stop second guessing yourself. You have all the answers. You just aren't trusting yourself or your guides. That's my lecture over for tonight, Miss Esther. Just know your guides are with you and you're surrounded by love, but trust.
Can I just quickly answer Sugar Cube? Do we accept PayPal, Sugar Cube? We don't ask for any payment at all, Supercharge, anything like that, on any of our live streams. We do have a Buy Me a Coffee, which you can do for as little as $1. But we read on here for people whether there's donations or not. And that Buy Me a Coffee is really only there so to help us pay for the streaming platform for our annual subscription. So, yeah, just to clear that up, we actually don't ask for money for readings. I think we've lost Colleen, so I'm just going back
so
up.
There you go, Gail.
Yep. Gail, the card that just jumped out for you is this judgment card. And it's like, you've got so many gifts. And what they're saying is that you still are judging yourself. Am I 100% this? Am I 100% that? Can I tell you, I've done this sort of work for too long. I'm not even going to say how many years, right? And I would say that with everything I know, even with interpretation, I get it about 80% right. There's 20% I still miss the interpretation of or miss the message on them. I can't get it 100%. So you know what? This perfectionism thing, don't let it hold you back. If you make a little mistake or you don't get something, trust that what you actually went to the side or interpreted a bit wrong was actually still an important message. Don't judge yourself so much or go back and critically analyze what you do too much. They're asking you to release that judgment on yourself, which will allow that flow to come a lot easier. Okay, that's the message.
Myrtle, what I've got, the writer. I craft stories to communicate and inspire. I use the power of words to build a new reality. The other card I got here is be honest with yourself. Now, sometimes we get stuck on a story and we end up living the script. And I know you, and I know you've just had some changes happen. And it feels very much like we've had a baby change. We've had a huge change through your surgery. And now it's the time to think very much about what you want to the next 5 or 6 years of your life to look like. And if you need to, change the story. Kerrie.
Okay. So you did Myrtle then, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So you're doing Karen.
I've got Karen. Yep. Karen, what they're saying to me is that this is the Four of Cups. Oops, can you see that? And it feels like there's been some obstacles that you've needed to overcome. And some of these could have been deeply emotional, and it's a sense of loss there. But what the angels are saying to you is they don't want you to continue to dwell in those obstacles and that place, that was part of your journey, that you know now, and you are where you are now, even through some of those darker times. They want you to look forward. Now, if you look on the other side here, you can see the cup is filling up, it's full. All you really need to do is turn around and start focusing on all the things that you're grateful for and do the self-talk around what's going right. This went right. This went right. Now, I'm not saying it's easy to do that, but if we hold in that energy, we're going to get stuck in that space. And the guides are saying, don't get stuck because of any obstacles that have happened. Or any hurts that have occurred. Don't be stuck there. Move forward, because there's this beautiful, beautiful cup over here filled with love and light and joy and happiness and all those good things, and it's here waiting for you. So refocus your energy towards that, because they've got some great things coming in for you.
Okay, Kerrie, I've got Nate, and then Ray and Marissa are together in Harvey Bay.
Okay.
Nate, for you, I've got the inventor. What the inventor says: harness the power of innovation and technology to shape the world, always pushing the limits of what is known. That's you and your bloody AI. Now, again, for you, I have changes. Your changes aren't little changes. Your changes are big changes. And this person is in a cage. And I just feel the word at the bottom is freedom. By the end of this year, beginning of next year, you're going to break free of that cage, and you're going to have more freedom than you know what to do with. So there you go. I keep changing cards. So there you go, my lovely.
So was that Nate or was that Ray that you just did?
That was Nate.
That was Nate. Good.
If
Okay.
you do Ray, I'll do Marissa.
I had to giggle, right? Because 2 cards came out straight away when I was thinking about Ray and Marissa. And
Okay,
I had
you
to
do them.
giggle. I had to giggle because look what came out. Hang on, let me get this together. Temperance, right? Which is all about the yin and the yang and the balance, right? And going inward. And then what else have we got here? The 2 of Pentacles, right? Also about the yin and the yang and the balance. So listen, girls, you're allowed to have lots of fun while you're together, but please get some sleep too. So this is what's coming through. So, but also, sorry for the messages here, Ray. What I want to say for you with temperance is that if you can see here, see the angel right in there behind him. You're getting a lot of spirit messages too at the moment. So please listen to those. Sometimes you might think it's your voice, but actually it's not. So, you know, I've definitely got guidance and messages coming in from you for you. Trust those. Could even just trust your instinct, right? That's what they're really bringing in for you as well. Sometimes you're going to be saying something to someone and afterwards I'm hearing you say, I don't actually know where that came from, but that was actually pretty good. So I see all this coming through for you at the moment. And then when I go across Marissa, the 2 of Pentacles, this is about the balance, bringing in the balance back into your life. You know, like you go from really, really highs and then I'm really, really tired, you know, so you're going through these swings, but it's bringing in the balance here. Now, I also feel that with this energy that's coming in for you, go with it. Listen to your body is what just came through, what your body is telling you, because there's a whole lot of energy cycle. We're going through that whole Lionsgate thing and moving into Pisces at the end of the month. So there's a lot of those energy fluctuations coming into. So listen, you know, if you need to have a little nap, have a little nap. That's power nap. That's all good. Listen to what your body is saying to you. But again, what I feel at the moment is this connection here is I think you're both going to be talking so much that you might get a little sleep. They need the bell, Annie, or to say shush, as Annie says to me. Shush. So this is lots of fun, you two.
Okay, I've got the little fairy, sweet fairy-ish. My little fairy. What I got for you, I got the photographer. What this card is saying, I capture moments of beauty. I encourage others to see the world with different eyes. In terms of where you're sitting with your love life, what I've got around that is I've got the ability for you to share with someone, to see things differently. And what I got around that is success. So good luck with that. It looks very promising. We're way over time. Can you do Mariana and I'll do one more?
Yeah. Marani, the world came up for you. To me, what it feels like is there's been a cycle that's been around you, and I do feel it moving through this cycle. But I also feel like the world is just going to open up to you and there's going to be a new lease on life. And I want you to hold that energy, because the guides are coming in saying, you know what? And again, they're saying to me, you know, you can actually have it all. Hold that energy. Because I feel really good things coming through for you, outcomes that you've been wanting, fulfilled desires. And it's almost like a whole new world is opening up to you again. A whole new lease of life is opening up to you again. And there's lots of, if you can see all this energy coming in down here, I got really drawn into this energy flowing through you. So just accept all that beautiful energy from the universe, because it's coming through to end one cycle and move you into a whole new phase. So I see really good things here.
Okay, this is our last one. Kathy, for you, I have the Guardian. I have to show you them because my friend's artwork is just spectacular. I commit to watch over. I am a sentinel of the soul. I protect those in my charge, and I defend the vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it feels very much like you've got a lot on your plate, and it feels like you're trying to, it's like I'm helping you, and I've done this here, and I've done this here, and I've done this here. And the card that came out with that is consciousness. And my feeling around this is there's only so many band-aids you can put on broken legs. And sometimes people have to go through what they're going through as part of their life's journey. And this card for me says, try to take a higher view. That, you know, sometimes you can't help everybody. And sometimes they actually need to, yes, support them, but don't get sucked into the drama of it. So take a higher view. Kerrie, are we done, my darling?
I think so. Did you do Sophia?
No,
or Anne?
Sophia, no. Do you want to do Sophia and Anne?
Because I was just having a quick look through and a card jumped. Sophia, download. I think you know what I'm talking about. You're getting lots and lots of communications through, not just for you, for other people. Spirit is saying, trust that, share them, continue to do this. I feel like it's your time at the moment to step into that high priestess power where all of this is coming through. They just showed me, actually, there's one of the writings that you shared in our chat group, the Harmony for Tranquility and Celtic Tarot chat group that we're in on Facebook. It was absolutely beautiful. Share some of these more broadly, because there's a ripple effect here. People are going to see it that need to see it and resonate with it, and you may not necessarily know who they are. So they want you to put some of this stuff out to the universe. So that one's for you.
I've got Anne.
You've got Anne.
And this is the last one. So what I've got for Anne is I've got the Alchemist. What this card says, Anne: I transmute, I create, I become a mystic of the, I become a mystic of the material world, revealing the hidden magic in all things. And what's really interesting is the other card I pulled for you is the Master.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like a lot of the work that you've been doing on yourself is all of a sudden starting to come together. And it's like the magic is just about to happen for you. So keep doing whatever you're doing, because it's working. And it's like you're now the master of your own destiny. You have the control. You have the power.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go, my lovelies.
Annie, I'm just going to jump in. There was just one more. Sugar Cube actually asked us before.
Okay, go.
Yep, so I'm just going to go quickly. Sugar Cube, I've got teamwork happening here. I feel like you're working with other people to build something incredible. So this is all about teamwork, trusting each other, and working for a common goal together. So I feel that there's an opportunity, either you're in it right now or there's one coming up, to work in partnership and close guidance with other people, and it's building something that you envision together. And the card that came out with it is my favorite card of the deck because it's the Aquarius card, the Star, which is make a wish. So if this is something that you've been hoping would happen, or you have a vision or a dream, I feel it's coming in, but you're not doing it alone. You're working with other people. So I hope that's helpful for you.
Okay. And we're done.
If we missed anybody, I am sorry. We lost our bubble girl. She's lost connection tonight, so we're trying to cover it ourselves. If you missed it tonight, please join us again in a fortnight's time, because we will have – actually, we've got a great guest speaker. I'm not going to give away what's going on, but we've got another guest speaker coming on next fortnight, which is another really interesting topic, and we'll be doing readings again then. If you wanted a private reading with Annie, you can reach out to her at Celtic Tarot on Facebook, and you can reach out to her personally. We will, just so you know, just in case anyone sent in here, contact for a reading, Annie and I will never go to you directly and say, we've got something for you, you need to book us for a reading, because that's not what we do. But certainly if you wanted to reach out to Annie, Celtic Tarot on Facebook if you're after a full private reading.
Yep, and if you want to have a go at the sound bed, the vibro sound, which is glorious, get in touch with Kerrie at the Sound Lounge.
In Brisbane, Gold Coast. Night, everyone. Yeah, thanks, Colleen. Actually, I'll pop it if I can get this to. There you go. Colleen saying good night to everyone. Okay. And just maybe a quick reminder that Annie and I are in Sydney in October. We are already getting bookings for those places. They are limited because it is only just the few days. So if you really wanted to come along to either one of our workshops, or for the sound bed, or a private reading, or an aura photograph and report, contact either Annie and I so we can make sure you've got your booking there. So thank you, everybody. Have a fabulous fortnight. Welcome to all our new people, and we hope you come back. If you enjoyed this, please like, share, subscribe, all those things that we're terrible at asking for.
Good girl. Well remembered.
Remembered, we're so bad at it. All right. So have a great fortnight, everybody.
We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Oh, Annie, hang on. Whoa. I've got to go. Okay. Are you ready for it? Is that after? Good night.
Bye.